Hey guys, it's Leo, and it's time to talk about episode 6 of She-Ra. This episode showed another eccentric princess who was called Entrapta, and at the same time it had a very strong focus on Bow. I think from all of the episodes so far, this one was the one that had the most focus on him, and I liked that. I think that he's a very nice character, and the way they're developing him is also very nice. So in this episode, they got into Entrapta's castle, and unfortunately it didn't work out the way they expected because the castle was infected with a virus from a relic she found from the first ones, and that relic it ended up spreading the virus to all of her robots. And so everything in her castle was completely being controlled by that virus. And I think that one of the things that I found nice was that Entrapta is a princess who seemed to be totally out of control of everything that's been going on, but she tried to keep to put on a front and say, well, I'm here in complete control, especially in those moments that she was trying to find her way inside her own castle because she had no idea how to maneuver herself and the other people through that. I think that it was nice that Bow got separated from the other two because we're talking about princesses and a guy who doesn't have powers. And so I think that the biggest morale of the episode was this idea that someone that doesn't have powers can fight. Someone that doesn't have powers can be strong, and even though their powers don't come from a jewel, like he says, they can still fight. Because Bow ended up finding other people, the pastry people, the people that took care of the kitchen and the food Entrapta ate. And one of the things that were interesting about that is that they seemed to always be making sweets. And so Entrapta, I totally understand you. If I could, I would only eat sweets. Oh my God. I love sweets so much. And then, those people, they were so afraid to do something and to try to fight and to try to stand up for themselves. They couldn't do anything. But when Bow entered there, he said some good words and they found the will inside of them to fight. Okay, this is something that's a little bit that's a little too much because, regular people fighting out of nowhere without no training at all. But it works for the show. We're talking about a 13 episode show, so things need to happen fast. They can't keep dwelling and developing slowly. They need to happen, right? And so it made sense. I mean, for the size of the show, it made sense for them to simply jump into action, start working well like that. And Entrapta was a kind of person who couldn't do basically anything to help them. But I think that she has a very nice side of hers, which is her design. I love that she does everything with her hair. She doesn't really seem to use her hands that much. Her hair, they do everything for her. And she also has kind of like a sadistic side, and she doesn't seem to be afraid of anything at all. And so it ended up being a very nice episode. It was so funny watching Adora acting all drunk and, totally out of herself. Her voice actor did such a great job with that. The writers also did a great job with writing her lines. I mean, everything was so good. One criticism I have is that Glimmer seems to be... she's really weak compared to the other princesses and compared to the people around her. She can teleport, okay, but she can also use her glitter powers and she's not using them at all. And she's always saying that it's because she needs to save the powers so that she can teleport them. But they could have given her a little bit more combat power. It would have been nicer in situations, in scenarios like this one. I would like to see her acting a little bit more than she is right now. And this episode also brought us our first plot twist. I was not expecting that ending at all. Entrapta seems to be a villain. Wow, and I was definitely not expecting. I don't know if she's supposed to be a villain or if she's acting on her own, if she's only trying to discover more about the first ones, that relic she found amongst the first ones. And I think that there is a lot of lore in this episode about the origins of She-Ra, and this virus seems to have something to do with that. You know, it seems to have a lot to do with the first ones, and we're probably going to discover about it later on, and we're probably going to discover the origin of She-Ra's powers and why Adora was chosen to be She-Ra. So I am very curious about the future of She-Ra. Oh my god. Anyways, guys, that was my view on episode 6. I am on to episode 7 now because I am really excited to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.